Human African trypanosomiasis, also known as sleeping sickness, is a vector-borne parasitic disease. The parasites concerned are a protozoa belonging to the Trypanosoma genus. Humans that live in the sub-Saharan part of Africa are their biggest targets. The disease is transmitted to humans by tsetse fly bites, which have acquired their infection from human beings or from animals harboring the human pathogenic parasites. Symptoms for African sleeping sickness are extreme fatigue and achiness in joints. It hides out in the lymph nodes and the brain. The lymph nodes swell up to large sizes, then eventually progress to the brain. Once it gets to the brain, the victim can fall into a coma and die. In 1998, almost 40,000 cases were reported, but estimates were that 300,000 cases were undiagnosed and therefore untreated. During epidemic periods, prevalence reached 50% in several villages in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Angola, and southern Sudan. Sleeping sickness was the first or second greatest cause of mortality in those communities, ahead of even HIV/AIDS. Between 1998 and 2004, the number of cases of the disease fell from 37,991 to 17,616. The estimated number of actual cases were between 50,000 and 70,000. In 2009, after continued control efforts, the number of cases reported dropped below 10,000 for the first time in 50 years. This trend has been maintained in 2010 with 7,139 new cases reported. The estimated number of actual cases is currently 30,000. Even though there isn't a cure, African sleeping sickness can still be treated. The type of treatment depends on the stage of the disease. The drugs used in the first stage of the disease are less toxic and are easier to administer. These drugs are pentamidine and suramin. The earlier the disease is identified, the better the prospect of a cure. Treatment success in the second stage depends on a drug that can cross the blood-brain barrier to reach the parasite. Such drugs are toxic and complicated to administer. These two drugs are melarsopril and eflornithine. Hopefully, in our lifetime, researchers will find a cure for African sleeping sickness. This way, people that live in Africa will have one less disease to worry about. If African sleeping sickness is cured, the world will be a much better and safer place.